Hello everybody, I hope your week was okay. Here we are going through beginning of summer now. It's supposed to be 81 degrees tomorrow, so yeah, this tells you quite a bit about how Oklahoma weather is. I even had one lonely forsythia bloom showing up, and I hope other I hope other plants don't get tricked. Anyway, I wanted to show you how to make some real quick a real quick pendant using obviously winter colors. Just a second, I got this. I got something too thin. So first you make a Skinner blend using white pearl and Hi Lane, thank you for making it. White pearl and a little bit of ultramarine blue. And on this you can use all kinds of textures, but anything that would imply some type of closed, more or less geometrical forms. They can be bubbles, they can be ovals, they can be not snake skin. What I chose for this, it doesn't matter if you have this specific kind or not. It's a grass texture from Cool Tools, and you can find those. Some of them they are in my Amazon influencer store, or they can be directly on their website. It's Cool Tools US, and you can find them. I mean, I have the expensive one. It was a present from somebody, but you can find them in the 2x4 kinds, sizes. So without further ado, let's go to this. So what I'm going to do is first obviously apply the texture, and because I thought that it is true, it is grass, but it can also come, you know, like melting stuff. So hi Wanda, hi Niharika, yes, let's enjoy it. So wish me luck. There we go, it should be okay. Yes, I did it good. And I'm going to use one of the thin blades that of course needs to be prepped with a little bit of Armor All so it wouldn't stick. Oh, you're Kalyana. Well, you know, I don't know if you have the Niharika dear. I don't know that you're Kalyana, but that's okay. It's nice to see you again. Okay, so for this I am going to need my, if I can ever find them, my eyeglasses, which I have no idea where they are. Oh well, let's just go ahead and do some shaving. And I did a boo-boo. This was supposed to be backwards, so let's turn it the other way. And no, actually, let me get with it through the pasta machine one more time, a couple more times. Because ice, when it melts from the top to the bottom, not sideways, right? Okay, so let's try this again. Okay. So once again, fingers crossed. did good. Alrighty. So in a way, it's a little bit similar. If you remember, there was, and I think that I put it on public now, there was a sponsors and our members tutorial on a lagoon bracelet. And that was made with bubbles. Yeah, I want to go a little bit more. Let me, in the meantime, let me see. Give me just a second. Yes, it is public. Let me post it here. And there we go. So in case you missed it, you can watch it at that link. Even if that one is a little bit different in method, but it has the same type of Skinner blend, pretty much. Okay, I'm trying to get any extras. And then I'm going to grab all of it and place it on my baking tile. And before I do anything else, I need to burnish it. And as usual, with the shiny part of the wax paper. And first go with your finger. And once again, I say this for newer people. I use wax paper, not regular paper, for two reasons. One is that wax part is very shiny, and it will leave a very nice surface. Even if you don't resin, it will leave you not a lot to sand. And two is because of the way that it sticks to the clay, you can easily see which areas are a little bit dipped in, like see right here, because it stays white. So you can get a small acrylic block and burnish like this, or you can do this with your roller, but do not roll it, because the idea is that you don't want to misalign again the mica particles. So that's all I'm going to do. And remove the paper from time to time. And again, use my finger. And this should be good. Now I'm going to use, let me see. If I use this, and then this, it will be, I'm trying to figure out how big it will be. So let's use the next size. And you want to catch both the blue and the white, but a little bit more of the blue, and you'll see why here in a second. And just gently move left and right, and remove first, before removing the cutter, remove first what's outside, and this is for leaving a nicer edge here, so you don't have to do anything to it. Now for the next spot, we only need a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit of stuff. So I'm going to grab a little piece of the Skinner blend, and I'm going to add a pinch of gold to it, just a pinch. Just a pinch, and it doesn't really even have to be very conditioned. I'm still going to get it through the machine a couple times, but as you can see, I'm not gonna use all of it. The only thing that I want from it is to get the sheen. I don't want it to be in different positions. And I'm going to cut it about the same size as these, just to get my, and then half. And I'm going to first chop the gold, because I want it much smaller than the rest. So you want it tiny, 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 tiny. Alrighty. And then I'm going to chop these two a little bit larger. Not very large though, a little bit, just a little bit. And just a second. Just a second, I need to reply to this. So this should be good. And of course what I'm going to do is to consolidate this whole thing. First toss it real good, right? And then consolidate it. I don't need a lot of it, I need just a little piece. So I need to have it more or less consolidated. And then I am going to cut it in half. And I wanted to cut it in half at about the same thickness as this. and then burnish it a little bit again with the shiny part of the wax paper down. And there we go. And my next thing is I am going to grab, using the small, so this is the set of cutters from Primo. Using the smallest one, I'm going to cut, and you need to be careful to have it right in the middle. I'm going to cut the end here. I'm going to cut it off, and then I'm going to cut off part of this, and then grab this and place it in here. And make sure that it is well set in here. And then I lost my camera. There we go. And then here again, burnish, so you make sure that these are both in the same. And then of course I'm going to cut this one more time, just to make sure that everything is on the same. And again, remove first what is outside. Now my next move is to clean this. No, I thought I cleaned it well, but apparently not. The next move is to resin this. If you decide to sand and buff, it's your decision entirely, but to make it go faster, and it's not perfectly perfect in the middle. I told you it's very hard to eyeball when you cannot look from directly above, and I cannot look from directly above. It's going to still be pretty for the purposes of this live tutorial. So let's go ahead and resin it. Don't even think about it. I have a feeling that Finnegan is trying to start the song of his people. Because how dare I not pay attention to him for such a long time? I think I got my reading eyeglasses in the kitchen or something, because I couldn't find my reading eyeglasses in the kitchen. I normally keep a pair in each room. I just get the cheapo ones from the dollar store. And for some reason it really wants to dome very hard, and it pulls from the edges. And no, I pulled it too hard, but I can fix it, no worries. Okay, in the meantime, I have some black here prepared, and I'm actually going to get it through the machine one more time in length, so I have enough. Okay, and then I'm going to first cut two strips, one thinner and one thicker. And now I need a Hi Christina, how's it going? I saw you posted some winter photos from Romania on Facebook. They look gorgeous. And I'm sorry about the forest. That's a beautiful forest. I hope that nothing happens bad to it. And you are going to bake the whole thing on the tile, and then after it's all baked you can add a backing so it would look pretty from the back. But because if you want to make it faux metal style, then make sure that your back does not show any kind of texture, because real metal does not have texture. Now what we need to do is we are going to need this for all the way around, right? But we do not want this to be, so let me grab my X-Acto knife. I'm going to mark where the top is. It will be here. And the same on this side. It should be here. And before we do anything else, what you want to do is first to mark the same spot on them. So they would be even on both sides. So let's say here. Gosh, I'm really missing my eyeglasses. Oh. Wait just a second. I cannot believe that I didn't bring them back. I did bring them back. Yay. Yeah, you know, back in Romania I used to love spring. Here I only like it in March, because in April it starts with the whole tornado crap. Okay, so you want to bring it to about half. Okay, so gently cut from that mark to half, and the same on the other side. And because I have marks on this side, of course I'm going to turn it the other way. And there we go. And I'm going to do this before I even start. I'm going to grab, and you can use whatchamacallit, interference powder, or if you find any interference acrylic. My turquoise satin is almost too dry. I need to find something to dilute my, but I'm going to use the two different blues, and you can do it with gold if you so desire, but I thought that it's more interesting if you go with this kind of stuff. Yeah, as I said, we are supposed to have a lot of, it's crazy, and then we're gonna probably have another ice storm or something. Let me show you what is not you. Sorry, not this side. Looky here. 74 today, 79 tomorrow, then 61, 63, 72, 65. It's all over the place. And remember, just a couple weeks ago we were at 1 and 0. Excuse me. Okay. Now I am going to place this here. Make sure that I'm getting it in the proper position. Oh, I forgot to fix this resin part. Remember I showed you before, if something like this happens, grab your scissors. Gonna do it away from the camera so I don't mess up the camera in case something jumps out. And then I can put this back on the working thing. So we are going to place this back here. Obviously I elongated it while I was working on it. And make sure it is well against the pendant, because remember the sides of the pendant are still raw clay, right? So it's going to stick without a problem. And if you want, you can texturize this, it doesn't have to be plain. And as I said, you can make it actually a real metal color like gold or silver. It's entirely up to you. Just make sure it is well, and at this point we don't want this to be in any way with an angle, by no means, but I'm going to go in here and try to smooth this over a little bit. There we go. And I think I need to put a little bit more right here. And as you can see, it looks very icy with I'll bring, of course, I'll change the focus so you can see better. And now I'm going to grab this other one and again convince the clay to go all the way here and cut at the top here. And cut at the top. This doesn't have to be perfectly precise. And I think I had somebody who went again on my clay table. He's always looking for beads to play with, but he leaves Finnegan glitter, that's how I call his hairs. If you follow me on Facebook, you know that I posted at one point a meme about him that says, I don't leave fur on the carpet, I leave cat glitter. Okay, so I'm going to mark it here, and then the same as I did with the other one, you can mark the middle here and then do a gentle cut from the mark on the side to the mark to the top, and the same on this side. And then of course, like I did with the other one, I'm going to turn it the other way, and this time I'm going to use the blue velvet that's got some purple undertones, and that's what I'm going to use on here. And once it is baked, you can buff it. It's going to need buffing, obviously. And what irritates me about the whole Finnegan glitter is that his hair is so fine that sometimes I don't even realize that he's there until I get two pieces of clay that don't separate because there's a tiny thin Finnegan glitter keeping them together. Okay, so now I'm going to go and place this. And make sure that it goes well against the initial one. And the same as before, it did elongate itself a little bit, because that's what happens. Oh my God. And you can make this even thinner if you want. You can make both of them the same exact size. And then go around and make sure that it's well against the other one. And on the finishing touches, again, this. But because I want to make sure that they are all the same, I'm going to do a little bit of burnishing, not a lot, because I don't want to prelevate all the wax that I used there. It's not, once again, pardon the little imperfections, because it's very hard to do this when looking from above. When I am making a taped video, honestly, I don't know if I ever told you, but a lot of times I'm working with 2 or 3 or 4 variants, because I make it for the camera and then I separately make another one for the next step that looks good. It's one of the tricks of making tutorials. Okay, and at this point I can come around, and you can use the rounded end of a paintbrush. You can use, if you have this from Tiny Pandora, you can use this, and I'm going to go around and round the whole thing up so it would be nice and smooth. You can leave it as is, but then don't forget to apply wax to the sides as well after it's baked. And don't worry, it will hold together. You'll be able to take it off the baking tile in one piece without problems. And by the way, also as a secret, like when you have here, like you have here the little joint, if you make it with metal, imitation metal type of wax, you can dab a little bit more and it will cover it will act like a putty and cover that small. And I will show you another trick after I'm done with this. So I'm going to go around and make sure it's nice and this will all be shiny once it is buffed, obviously. And don't worry, it comes off the tile without a problem. And now to show you a little trick. Let me clean you can do another thing once you did this. Let me find a smaller texture. Small-ish texture. Actually, I have some texture rolls, which I don't know if they work because they are not textured all the way to the end. No, I think I cannot do because I don't have the proper texture. But if you have a texture roll that goes all the way to the end, you can use that and go like this. Let's see if it works in any way, but I don't think so. No, it doesn't. So never mind. Okay, so let's take a look at it from a close-up. No, refocus. So this I did on purpose, not even because I wanted to give impressions of ice. You can also use very little silver that would barely cover your finger, to leave also kind of like dirty traces, because that will look like black ice. But this is the whole idea. And as I said, you can use regular metallic, back where it belongs, and it will look pretty like that too. That's okay, Wanda. I'm almost done anyway. So but yeah, you can do this with various I should have probably used something less purple, but you can do this with various colors. And I hope you'll try it, at least elements of it. But you can see it's pretty. And you can put another, you can cut actually here. You can cut part of the pure white and place here instead of doing the whole chopped thing. But I hope you liked it, and I hope you will be making one and trying one. And I shall see you all next Sunday. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all, and take care and stay warm or colder if you are in my area. Thank you so much. Love you all. Bye.